as far as the critics go, I just totally lost where I was going on that one. What did you just say a second ago?
The critics, I don't like to hear the good because then I start thinking that they're just tooting my own horn. Tooting my horn, like, oh yeah, I listen all the time, it's great, Control, I love it, man. And I'd rather not hear that, and I'd rather not hear, man, it sucks, they don't know what they're talking about. Well, I'm talking about my life. Of course I know what I'm talking about.
Gotcha, exactly, because it's your story. Nobody can take that from you. It is yours, and if it helps one person, if it helps two, better. If it helps three, holy shit, you're onto something. And that's exactly what I'm not saying that you're making it what this is a marketing thing and you're going to get rich off of it, because there's no way that's not happening. But at the same time, I've had people call me out saying the same thing, that I come out too early about my sobriety and you shouldn't let people know that. I'm like, I'm not chotching out Alcoholics Anonymous. I'm not saying anybody, and I'm not advertising or looking for any money for it. I go, I attend. It's my choice whether it's anonymous or not. It has helped me, and basically that's an open door policy saying if you need help, you can call me anytime. And I've had a lot of people call me because of that, from Colorado, from Utah, from California, guys that are in similar situations, because the fly fishing guide industry is a lot of partying. It's a lifestyle, it's like you fish all day and you're going to go smoke a joint and go sit by the fire and have a few brewskis. And a lot of guys call me up and say, how did you do it? Like, I love going down the river and being sober. It's fresh, it's new, it's always awesome. I couldn't imagine doing it any other way.
I just had a horrible idea.
Uh-huh.
Would you like to hear it? It's probably one of the worst things that I've ever come up with.
Do this as a podcast floating down the river? Yeah.
And then you add in a sponsor, which I said we're not going to have a sponsor. I mean, we joke when we say this is brought to you by stuff, but I was just thinking, like, man, what if you teamed up with, I think there's a beer or something that's like zero alcohol.
The new Heineken.
Yeah, is that what it is?
Oh, my
God. I'm like, I'm sorry.
It was bad enough when I tried doing the Sharps or Cutter or whatever by Coors going down the river, because I'm sober now. I'm going to have a near beer. Yeah, no. Why are you wasting Why are you wasting your time? Why are you wasting my time?
I like coffee.
And
I like Diet Coke.
No,
thanks.
and I'm addicted to my coffee. That's my addiction. That's great. But now I just like enjoying a good cup of coffee.
What coffee do you drink?
Sandhill Coffee out of Chicago is they roast their own. There's also Flint Coffee Company where John Cherry is a client of mine. He always shows up, and it was a funny trip too, because the first time I went with him, John Cherry, not the governor, but he is a politician. He ran for something over on the east side of the state, over in Flint. And I always bring a thermos of coffee, and it's always fresh because I mill my own beans in the morning, and he opens his up. And sometimes mine will just be a blend of like 8 o'clock and some good beans or whatever in with it. So I'm not just using up all my good beans. But he opened up his thermos. He's like, no, I got my own. And I could smell it from the back of the boat. And I'm like, that is good. Can I have some of that? And I had some of his coffee. So every time he shows up now, he brings me a pound of coffee beans with him. And those are friendships that I wouldn't have had before. Of course, they would have been bringing fists of whatever, Captain or Jaeger or whatever, but no, it's much better to have connections in the coffee world than getting good coffee. Cheers to good coffee.
Oh, yeah. You know what we should do?
Coffee sponsorship is what we should do.
And they could sponsor it as like a contest where I had this girl I was kind of seeing. She did these Facebook squares, or I don't even know, bingo, or I don't know exactly what it was.
Okay.
But something where like it was makeup, I think, and somebody would pay $1 in some thing, and then they would get a raffle, and then it would like generate something. Whoever won the makeup, and then she'd have like 100 people in there and sell like $20 worth of makeup.
Yeah.
But it only cost that one person $1.
Right.
It seems very illegal, but yeah, that's what she was doing. But anyway, what if we just did it old school and said, hey, sponsor this giveaway, and however much you charge or whatever, they could.
We will send you out. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Totally. You can sign up, and you got a website? What is your website?
TrueNorthTrout.com. I also rep for a fly company. I rep Temple Fork Outfitters and flies through Umpqua, so I'm on the road doing fly sales and fly rod sales.
So if somebody owns a fishing, hunting store or a wading store, maybe the DMV, you could show up there. Or no, that's a different kind of wading.
Correct.
Okay, I get confused with hunting, fishing, and wading.
Right. So does Siri. Every time I say when I say certain bugs and certain nymphs, she goofs it all up. It's really bad.
Which I don't understand why these guys with these big trucks that they're hunters are always flying to places. Like they're in a hurry. And I'm like, but you're just going to go to the woods and you're going to wait. Just sit there
and wait.
But yeah, you can't sit in traffic for a minute.
If they're not the first one there, they're not going to get the best spot.
I don't get it. I don't know. But anyway,
why does a bass boat have to have 250 horses on the back of it when you're fishing on a little lake? It's a confined lake.
Well, fish
you got to be the first one there.
Fish will eat you.
Yeah,
they will. I've seen stuff on TV about it.
Yeah, river monsters and wade.
Real life, man.
Northern Michigan doesn't have that.
You don't know that?
Maybe in Arkansas.
Yes, in Arkansas. They catch catfish with their hands, man.
Noodling is not my game. No way.
Oh, I see. Noodling with the Kaz.
Yeah, nope.
Brought to you by...
I'll stick with my...
Flint Coffee Company.
My nice floats.
What if they paid you? How much would it take for you to go noodling?
Everybody has a price, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nope, I don't think I have one.
Yeah.
Somebody's looking for me.
All right. See, he's getting out of it now because we'll start throwing out numbers. $2. We'll be here all day.
Yeah, right.
We got 3 hours. $4. No. But thanks, Brian. Another plug, though, for you. It's Flyfish Baz.
That's my email.
Oh.
That's just my email. I'm at TrueNorthTrout.com.
TrueNorthTrout.com. And if you want to email them, FlyfishKaz.
FlyfishBkaz.
I can't. I need
Kaz, like Brian Kaz. Call me Kaz. People who call me Brian, I know that they don't know who I am but when I bartended, I would have a name tag on and it said Brian. And if somebody was at the far end of the bar and they said, "Hey, Kaz," I could hear that from a mile away. 10 people yelling Brian doesn't even register because there's always been a million Brians everywhere I was. So,
but they can get your email from TrueNorthTrout.com.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Okay. But yeah, we'll work on that coffee thing, and maybe we'll help you promote it.
I promote Sandhill a lot because I use them in my boats. I buy coffee through them. They ship it up to me, and life's too short for crappy coffee. There's a shop next door, the Boyne City Bakery, where I get fresh-made scones when I go on trips. I think that the biggest difference about when I do a fishing trip, because of my service industry background, it's a little bit of culinary experience. So if the fishing's not good, the scones are awesome, the coffee's awesome, sandwiches are fresh, we're local. We're lucky that in the summertime we've got one of the best farmers markets. I try to get fresh cheese and fresh fruits and vegetables from the farmers market because you don't come up here from Detroit or Chicago or Columbus, and I wouldn't expect you to have we call it the Olive Garden experience. I'm not going to show up with a Subway sub. I want you to have something that's a taste of local. I want you to have a little bit of Boyne City so when you go home, you can remember it. So that's why I also internet and promote other businesses that I work with. And Sandhill Coffee is one of them. Boyne City Bakery is another one of them. And I encourage people to visit both of those if they're in the area.
So now you just sparked another horrible idea. I know you have to go, but you hear me out and tell me how bad it is. So, now 217 Recovery Rides, that can be sponsored or by donations.
True.
So they donate the coffee. We make the coffee there in the car where we're taking people to meetings. We're taking the people to appointments. Then they spill the coffee, which opens up a whole nother to a cleaning business.
Detailing.
So now we got the car detailed. We got coffee in the car. Maybe some scones.
Right.
This is going places.
Yeah.
But see, those are all product donations, which really doesn't help us with the paying for the car. But we'll figure it out.
Or paying for airtime.
Yeah, just figure it out. But all right, Kaz, thanks a lot, man.
Absolutely,
appreciate
good to talk with you.
We'll have to have
any
you
other
again.
questions? Anybody looking for help? Reach out. Go to a meeting. If you need a ride, I remember picking a kid up in Charlevoix and bringing him down to a meeting because he had nowhere to go, no idea what to do. There's people there that have had and been through what you're going through. Don't think you're alone, no matter what. And there's a lot of recovery in this area. There's a lot of recovery everywhere if you just want it. You just got to want it.
Absolutely.
Yep.
All right, thanks, Kaz.
Cheers.
We'll talk to you again, man.
Absolutely.